on benefits of Metta meditation. On the previous sessions of talk, I have explained 11 benefits of Metta practice, Metta goodwill. Tonight I am going to talk another two important discourse said by the Buddha. And these two discourse, the benefit of Metta are said to surpass all other meritorious deeds, because the benefits one can enjoy are long-lasting, which can last to many aeons of time. Now let me start what Buddha has said. First, let me quote in Pali. Ma bhikkhave puññānam bhayita. Monks, don't be afraid of doing meritorious deeds. Sukha sedam bhikkhave adi vachanam yadidam puññāni. Actually, the very term punya is synonymous with the sukha. Here I use a Pali word, Pali term punya and sukha. Punya means merit. Sukha means happiness. To speak in more simple language, what Buddha means is that the term merit is equivalent of the word happiness. In other words, what Buddha wants to say is that the merit is synonymous with happiness. In the first statement, Buddha said not to be afraid of doing meritorious deeds. In the second statement, Buddha said, merit and happiness are two equivalent words. They are like two different sides of the same coin. On one surface of the coin, you see the flowers. On the other side, you see the heads. This statement means so much. Merit is equated with happiness. Happiness is also equated with merit. Like the money and wealth. If a person in the world is maybe referred to as a millionaire, the term millionaire implies that this person has millions of money or millions of worth assets in his possession. Meritorious deed and its resultant affect happiness. are inseparable as a cause and effect. Those who accumulated merit in their life will surely get more happiness as a result. Merit is the determining cause. Happiness is a result. As a subsequent effect. Once you understand this, you will clearly comprehend about the merit in its effect. Happiness are two sides of the same coin, two parts of an equation which cannot be separated individually. That's why Buddha emphasized in many parts of suttas or discourses about the importance of cultivating goodwill and doing good action based on that goodwill. Any goodwill-based action can be called merit. So in this case, merit is not limited to anyone, to Buddhist devotees alone. Any human being in the world, regardless of religious differences, can acquire merit, can accumulate merit. Because merits will never ever discriminate based on faith. For example, if a Christian, based on his goodwill, performs many good actions and good deeds, he will also accumulate meritorious deeds as a spiritual world, as a spiritual cause. In the same way, other people, including free thinkers and atheists, will also accumulate merit if they do many good things based on their goodwill. This clearly explains broader context of the Buddha's teaching. Buddha's teachings are not confined to Buddhist devotees and Buddhist communities alone. It is for everyone. A concern with everyone, all the human action in every aspect of life. Nowadays we used to understand, we used to refer to as Buddhism. Actually, it is not a relevant term. The term Buddhism is too much discriminatory and narrow. Buddha never teach a Buddhism. Buddha teach the truth. The truth based on logical thinking and intellectual analysis. In Buddha's own word, Buddhism is called the Vibhijjavada. Sometimes he used to recommend to disciple. Let me quote what Buddha has said in English. If people ask you what kind of idea, what kind of philosophy, what kind of belief you follow, if someone asks you, you should definitely answer and make a relevant reply to those questions. We follow Buddha's teaching, known as Vibhijjavada. We lived through this idea of Vibhijjavada. The term Vibhijjavada is a Pali word. Vibhijja means analytical, analysis. Vada means teaching and ideas based on analysis. So Buddha's teaching, according to Buddha's own recommendation, is not Buddhism. It is a later development. It is called the Vibhijjavada, teaching based on analysis, or analytical teaching, or analytical ideas. When you are doing analysis, you have to be objective and free from any bias, any narrow limitations, any narrow confinement. This term is a very beautiful term used by the Buddha. And also very relevant. Very relevant of what he taught and what he practiced and what he teach. He never said, those who don't believe in me are going down to the hell forever. Those who believe in me are to be rewarded with eternal life. There's no such thing. Once you understand that, Buddha's teaching is so wonderfully broad and encompassing every aspect of truth and every aspect of existence. Now let me continue the discourse I'm going to explain tonight. Buddha continued to say, now let me quote, Abhizana mikho aham bhikkhu Tigaratam katanam ponyanam Tigaratam etam kandamanapam vipakam pissa nuvata. Let me translate what it means. Monks, I have known wonderful consequence of meritorious deeds I have done for longer periods of time. This means that Buddha himself witnessed and experienced the pleasant result he enjoyed for those good deeds which he has done for longer durations of time. In most simple English, I have experienced by myself those wonderful and happy results of good deeds I have done over long spans of time. Perhaps some of you may understand that what Buddha has said in the Dhammavada, and very famous brief teachings of the Buddha. In one of the verse, it said, The mind is forerunner, precursor, and dominant force of everything. If a person speaks or acts based on goodwill, the consequence of that goodwill act will follow that person like a faithful shadow. Inseparable, cannot left behind, always shadowing after. Because one's own shadow is related to oneself. In the same way, any good deeds performed based on goodwill will always follow, will always shadow the doer, like a good shade of the oneself. This clearly shows that one's goodwill is self-manifesting and self-evidence in the form of good results. It used to follow the doer. It never betrays. That's why it is very important for everyone who follows Buddha's teaching to be responsible for one's own action, to cultivate goodwill. In this discourse, Buddha's mentioned about his experience, especially the good results and happy consequence of all goodwill-based meritorious deeds. Regarding this, Buddha continued to say, Sayadaw wasani bhikkhve hamita chaitam bhave se. Monks, I have practiced Metta for 7 years continuously. Sayadaw wasani Metta chaitam bhave se. Sada sanvoda vivoda kape najiman lokam puna kamase. Having practiced Metta meditation for 7 years continuously, I never know I have ever returned to this human existence for 7 aeons. 7 aeons is a huge amount of time, which can be measured in mathematical calculation. In terms of easy and simple language, it can be called eternal life, because 1 aeon is 1 infinity. In this statement, Buddha used the term Sada, Samvada, Vivodakape. These are very big words and very important technical terms in Buddhist teaching. They usually refers to infinities of the world. To explain in more detail, it will take more than many hours, and maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. Even that may be not enough. Because the term samvada and vivodas usually refers to the duration of the war but I want to briefly explain a little bit so that you can understand. Samvada, Vivada are two Pali words. According to Buddha's explanation, this war has 4 phases of time. It can be said that these terms are very much equal to English usage, geological area of the war. Geological era of the war. Although it is not exact. According to Buddha, the war has been through the 4 phases of creation, post-creation, and destruction and post-destruction. Each process of creation and post-creation, destruction and post-destruction lasts many aeons of time, billions of time. For the world to emerge on the boundless space, it also takes billions of years. Even after it emerges, in post-emerging or post-creation period, it also takes billions of years to accept life forms, barrier life forms, to exist, to be a conducive environment for life form. These are called the Samvada and Samvada-tayi. Creation and post-creation or emerging and post-emerging periods. And Vivada and Vivada-tayi are another 2 phases of the war. Vivada means destruction. It refers to the time when the war is being destroyed. Vivada-tayi refers to post-destruction period. It's very deep and very wide explanation is required to understand all this. According to Buddha's teaching and Buddhism, the world is not created in a 7 days period. It takes billions of years to emerge as a visible, clear planet on the boundless space. Even after it emerged as a planet, it still takes billions of years to be conducive environment for supporting various species of life forms. This is what Buddha himself said. Very wonderful. According to modern science, scientists also assume that the world has been in existence for many years, this art. Even though they cannot exactly calculate the amount of time, it has been already in existence for millions and millions of years already. In the same way, when the world is destroyed, everything is a violent process. Everything is a violent process. And creation process and also destruction process are very violent. According to Buddhist teaching, which contained in Buddhist text, said by Buddha himself, in the destruction process, the world is going to be destroyed by one of the 3 causes. First, the heat. This is the first cause. Second cause is the water, or flood or deluge. The third cause is called the winds. When the world is going to be destroyed by the heat, the sun will be multiplying up to 7 times. You will be very, very amazed at the Buddha's explanation at this. When the world is going to be destroyed by the heat, the sun will explode 7 times. It will become 7, up to 7. 7 sun. When the world is going to be destroyed by the flood, the rain will be coming non-stop. Non-stop. The whole year, heavy rain will come, and the world will become submerged. That's what Buddha said. I had a very interesting experience once in the year 1981 when I was visiting the United States for 1 year. I was traveling on Allegheny Mountains. On the mountain, Rocky Mountain, I came across a white star shell on the rock. In another place, I came across the same shell, same type. I reflect on what Buddha has said. When the world is destroyed by the flood, everything will remain under the water. When it is recreated again, the creative rain will also come down from the sky. Very heavy amount of rains. It is a very big subject, so I want to give it brief. When the world is going to be destroyed by the winds, very powerful tornadoes, millions and billions of times powerful, which can pulverize. Even the Rocky Mountains will come up. Even the Rocky Mountains will not be able to withstand such tornadoes. So this is how the world is going to be destroyed by the wind. So in this discourse, Buddha used the term samvutta vivutta kape. 7 samvutta period and vivutta period. He never come back to the world again. Where he exists, where he was born. Buddha continued to say that Saddha Samvutta Vivutta Kapi Nayiman Lokam Punna Ragamate. Saddha Samvutta Kapi Aham Abasrubago Hotse. When the world is being destroyed, for the whole duration of many aeons, I am in the Brahma war, in the Abhasra Brahma war. Abhasra means the gods whose bodies, Kala is a very sparkle, they come in eject brilliant lights, sparkles, bright sparkles from their body. Vivutta mane bhikkhve loke sonyam jama vimanam upabhijami. When the world is being created, I will reborn and empty Brahma world. That's what Buddha has said. For ordinary person, it may be difficult to understand. As a result of Metta practice, Metta meditation practice for 7 years. He was bound in the heaven for many aeons and many aeons of time without returning down below to this world. Even when the world is being created and being destroyed, which lasts for many billions of years, he is still in the heaven. You can imagine. Buddha is living eternal life. In today's language, he is living eternal life. You can assume that the Metta spirit is such a powerful spirit which can lead you to the heaven to get a very long-lasting life there. Buddha continued to explain, Satinda khatung khopa naham bhikkhve. Tako hodin divana mindo. I was also born in the ordinary heaven, Tavatensa heaven, becoming the king of the Tavatensa. In Pali it is called Sakka. Sometimes you may have about Makha Puja. The term Makha Puja is referred to, Makha is the king of heaven. This is the equivalent of Sakka. Makha Puja is done in Thailand. So for 36 days, Buddha was born in the Tavatensa heaven as the king of the divine beings there. Buddha continued to explain, Aneka stakhatum khopanam bhikkhve, Raja hoti sakawati. Hundreds of times I have been an empire king which can rule the whole continent without bloodshed, without torture, just ruling the whole continent with the fairness and justice and morality. Once you understand what Buddha has said, the benefit of Metta is immeasurable. Immeasurable in terms of consequence to the one who practices Metta and also to those who receive Metta. If a person has Metta, anyone's associated with him also happy. If you are associated with a very short anger or very short temperamented person who used to be angry all the time, such as one of your family members, if you have lived through such kind of relationship, you will see. If a person is used to be short-tempered, he yells at other people, he yells at the fellow family members and other people, he used to react angrily, it causes a lot of tension. Metta and anger are two opposite energy. Metta brings joy, peace, harmony. Anger brings a lot of tension and pain. Metta is the basics of all wholesomeness. Even when you think about your mother, who is the great person in the world, her love and compassion brings comfort, joy, happiness, and ease in every way. In Buddhist texts, those who practice Metta are equated with the lifestyle of the God. In Pali text, it's called the Brahma Vihara. Sometimes you may have heard about it, noble mode of dwelling. But I want to use the lifestyle of God, because in the heaven, those beings in the heaven, especially in the highest heaven and high, they have this kind of goodwill. Now, you can rest assured that your practice of Metta is recommended highly by the Buddha and praised abundantly by the Buddha himself. We should practice Metta in our daily life and also apply it in our daily action. This way we can follow the noble saints and gods, including our dear Buddha. May all of you be able to practice Metta in your daily life when you go back from this retreat center. May you also apply Metta in your daily action. May you embody your Metta spirit and Metta action always. May you progress in your spiritual journey, and may you attain the highest spiritual goal, like all the Buddha and all those enlightened saints. So please feel free for questions. Because this is the last night session, so please feel free to ask, to clarify. Well, for some people it may be difficult, but for those who are really experienced, it is very much convenient. For example, a busy mother, while she is caring her child, she also cook the food and clean the house. Quite easy. In the same way, when you practice Metta, sometimes you may have the pain, sometimes you may have the wandering thoughts come up. Then instantly you just take the action against that incident by means of mindfulness and bring it back. In this case, your vipassana is like your tennis racket when you are playing tennis. You use it very skillfully. Then it's much complementary rather than being obstacle. So more question?
For a person who practice mental well and he was born in heaven, can he practice vipassana in the heaven?
Of course, there are still Very wonderful yogis in the heaven nowadays. That's why I always ask some devotees to invoke the health and power of those beings. For example, in Buddhist texts, there are many mentioned, recorded in Buddhist texts. For example, Venerable Thitzana, he was a Nagami in this life as a man. When he passed away, he is now in the pure abode heaven. We call it pure abode heaven. Pure abode. Pure means Soda in Pali. Abode means awasa, Soda wasa. Soda wasa is the pure abode, to literally translate. All the noble saints who have attained Nagami, who have attained Arhanta, the last stage of enlightenment, are in that heaven. That's why I always share the merit to those beings in the heaven. You can do this, and when you share the merit, may those noble enlightened saints who are still in the heaven and share this meritorious deed, may they protect us. And you can also invoke protection. Very important. In Buddhist texts, Sodavasa is a 5 kind of abodes. Aviha, Adabhas, Sudasa, Sudasi, Agnita. These 5 abodes are only for Nagami and Arhanta saints. They are all Brahmas, gods. In other heaven, Putrojana and Ariya can also be there. So, more questions? How about you? No question? Please feel free. Focusing on 5 aggregate of Juni and Jini and Chua, or eye consciousness, ear consciousness, no consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness of Chua, very much the same. Or simple way, may both the body and consciousness or body and mind of Rava be well and happy is also the same. In the previous method, it go into a little bit detail. And may the body of the body and mind of the robot, or both the body and consciousness of robot, be well and happy and be free from suffering, is more short, more brief. After all of this, over all of this, may robot be well and happy is more simpler. But you need to focus on that person. If you go into detail, also it's very, very effective if you have been already trained in Metta meditation. That person will react slowly. If you received your Metta, that person will even smile. Stop behaving very badly. He will stop behaving badly. In case of personalized transmission or what? Yeah. No, not relevant, not applicable. Just focus on that person's chest or mind and the head. Actually it means that may his mind, may his spirit, is also the word, the term, similar term can be used. Be well and happy, be free from suffering. In this case, you don't need to do vasana, because you are transmitting in a personalized mode. The Vipassana is only when you transmit generally to all beings living in particular direction or direction. In such case, sometimes the mind wander off. In this case, you use Vipassana and just grab it back and put it in your transmission.
How many minutes do we practice for metta every day?
Every day? Oh, very simple, easy. In the morning, when you do morning chanting and praying, you can do 10 minutes or 15 minutes. First, beginning with yourself, and then all family members and friends, and those who are very helpful to you all your life, and special people. Then all being in direction. First, may all living beings in the east, may all living beings in the west, in the north, in the south, and you just go to direction. Very simple.
You mentioned the word boundlessness.
Boundlessness. You need explanation for boundlessness.
How does one know whether one has achieved that level of living metta?
Boundlessness, I already mentioned that your metta must be equal, non-discriminatory, fully merged into all living beings, like the air. The air is fully merged into every sphere or atmosphere of this planet. It never ever discriminates to anyone. It is ready to give oxygen, to supply to human beings, to small ants, to bad people, good people. It never ever discriminates. It always provides oxygen through the nose. Your spirit must be same, spread all over. Be able to love everything, every living being. Small ant, you see, oh, this is like my baby. You have this attitude. You don't step on it. If you see a human being, oh, this is also my relative, you no longer see as a stranger. This is how you march. This becomes boundlessness, boundless metta. I just only use simple language to understand how it becomes boundless.
It's very dangerous, because there are a lot of bad people.
No, don't worry. You don't need to associate, you don't need to get closer to that person. What you need to do is you just develop that kind of fully margin love, fully margin goodwill. You don't need to say, what can I help you? Otherwise, he will give you address, get your address, and he will follow the house and do some bad thing. So everything has to have limit. Okay. So more question?
So Buddha took 7 years to reach this level. So we human beings take how many years to reach?
7 aeon or billions of years. Billions. Aeon itself, the term aeon, A-E-O-N. The term aeon itself equal to infinity, but there's a mathematical calculation method in Buddhist text, especially in Pali grammar, explain about that one infinity is equal to how many zero, etc. Like the trillion. It depends on you. Your natural lifestyle. I used to walk a little bit briskly. Even though I see ants, I just step on, I just overstep it. I don't bother to go slowly. So it needs up to your personal discretion. It's up to personal discretion. No, it's okay. Equanimity is also, you can apply it, But in the India, especially for Jain, Have you heard about Jain? Jain, they practice very much extreme form of the ethical practice to follow. They don't even breathe the air in case the microbes come in. So they use the mask. When they drink the water, they also use strain. Too much. What's the question? Yeah. Well, it depends on your, I don't know, your power. Sometimes some divine being, they follow and protect. But yeah, you don't know actually, you will not notice it. Only when you are, I don't know how to say, when a divine being is protecting you, you will have a good consequence, mostly. You will be free from harm, you will be always safe. And if you want to meet someone, that person always come to you. Or you meet that person by chance. If you want to finish or get something, you get that something very wonderful way. Called a small blessing. Small blessing. You get a small blessing if you are protected by divine beings. If you have good karma and protected by divine beings. No. Wobu state, they are already in Wobu state. They cannot follow, don't worry about that.
Sayadaw, normally the spirits that follow you is actually they want to share the merits that you are.
Yeah, actually that's it.
So that's why they won't be harming you.
They want.
The intention
Yeah.
they want the merits that is generated.
Yeah. Sometimes they try to get attention by knocking like this. But not always. Not always. For those 68 years, I have a number of experience with that. More question? No question? Orchard? Yeah.
So, of course, you have orchards for commercial reasons.
Yeah.
So, they have cases whereby they use guns to kill the animals like monkeys and squirrels, which destroy their fruits. So, I have been giving advice to these people, please don't kill. Then they say, they come and take my and spoil my food, damage my fruits, my produce. If I don't destroy them, my business won't be profitable. So you tell me what to do.
So how to protect the animal?
No. You see, fruit trees do their fruits. Animals will come and eat. But when they eat, it's not like there's sufficient amount of food. These fruits they bite a little bit, that food they urinate, then another will bite a little bit. So you cannot sell
Oh, this point, this point, the fruit. You cannot profit anymore. I see. Then what to do? What to do in such a situation? Well, it is very much an issue of moral conscience. Moral conscience. If you have other protection measure, you can do that, such as covering up the fruit, or fencing around, or some sort of the how to say the cracker, firecracker. Firecracker. You can use firecracker. Big one? Not practical? Oh, really? You cannot frighten the monkeys by firecracker? Oh, don't worry. At the daytime, you use firecracker. At the night time, you just offer. You make a dana, you okay, let them eat whatever they want. Oh, this is the way. Otherwise, then you cannot do anything. Because you are living in the world life area. Your fruit orchard is in world life area. How come? It's a shared place, shared environment with the world life. So just forget about.
It's a very difficult question.
Yeah, daytime you protect. Nighttime forget. Leave it. Leave it.
Because we are the people
Yeah.
who actually take over their land.
Yeah.
The animals were there before us. So it's a very ethical
No, brother, not only that, out of compassion and goodwill, let them eat.
Farmers do use pesticide and insecticide.
very bad. Very bad.
Oh, they use poison.
Very bad.
I see.
Very bad.
Well, sometimes they use, I heard they use some sort of covering, plastic or some sort of the paper.
So there is this conflict between Buddhism and
Well, this is actually survival issue for the animal and commercial issue for the human being. Yeah, it's quite complex. Human society is very complex. Life itself is complex. That's why when I teach about Panatipada and Adinadana, 5 precepts, sometimes the young people are very difficult. I have to explain them. And how about this? How about self-defense? Then I say, it's justified. I only answer justify. But don't try to kill him. Instead, you just defend. While you are defending, if you got to kill it, just don't worry. You have the right to defend yourself. Life is complex because sometimes, even though you are a very good person, bad man also can trying to attack you. In such a case, you have no choice to defend yourself. There is a classification of 5 precepts in Buddhist text. Very detailed explanation. Very detailed explanation. But if you know the meaning of the explanation of all those things, no good for you. Why? For example, you are, let's say, you have the gun in your hand. You go somewhere in your house, in your compound, burglars all come, breaking, house breaking. You protect. One day you are trying to go on patrol around your house. You saw someone in the bush making a sound. You thought this is a burglar. You shoot it, and that person died. Your intention is to shoot the burglar, but your friend is going there. He's trying to defecate. He tried to defecate. Mistake. So in this case, you are not committing panatipada. You are not committing panatipada because you have no intention to kill to that person. Your intention is to to shoot the burglar and the bad guy. Well, to commit a panatipada, you have to have the 3 conditions fulfilled. Living being and knowing it is alive, intention to kill, and death as a result. If that person is not dead, you are not you cannot be. It cannot be called you are committing panatipada. You only have a bad karma because you by injuring him. That person not die. If one of these 4 factors absent, you are not committing panatipada. So quite complex. It's like a law book, complex. But you better not harm. You better not harm. This is the best option. So more question? No question. Then we'll conclude. We already 10 minutes past, 15 minutes past. So puja. So tomorrow 9 o'clock we come and we take a 5 precepts and then finish. Tomorrow? Oh, good.